Howdy y'all, and welcome to episode 5. I am Ragaras. We're playing the Unleashed pack from FTB. How's everybody doing today? Hope y'all had a good weekend. It's Sunday for me. Figured I'd try to get something in, get some playing done. Turn this down just a little bit. Done some work. I'm starting to work on some bees here. I do have cultivated breeding up. I've got some common breeding up, and I'm trying to make a second cultivated queen here. And as soon as I get some more of these, I'll be making a common queen, and I start working on the diligence and the imperials and all that stuff, so I can start getting into producing the things I need for the alvearies. These are just, of course, apiaries. Now there is a new one called a bee house. There you go. This doesn't let you mutate or anything, but I guess it does. You can't put frames. I didn't notice this until after I started, but you can use this to kind of get the comb resources that you need at the very beginning. Very simple recipe. You can just kind of get this from chest or from the actual beehives when you collect the bees. So not too bad, pretty easy. Still kind of working my Thaumcraft place. This is what it looks like right now. Not sure how I feel about it. I did move a bunch of nodes around. I found a neat little trick with the force wrench that allows you to the crystal that is used to move. You can instead of breaking it, you can pull it down, and the only downside to that is it will, doesn't matter how far away it is, it will lock onto the last node that it used. So if you want to do a different node, you do have to break it and remake it. But that does allow you to move like one node a little bit, pick it up, then move it a little bit. That's how I combined. Started with the little node down here, combined it with another pure node that was over here, and then combined it with the two pure nodes that were up here. So it's not a huge node, it's 400 something, I think, 455. Now when I did this, when I was putting all this together and then I did that, I had not made the goggles yet, and I was getting wisp spawn like crazy. I mean, I couldn't walk out the door without getting zapped. And I mean, it was just a wisp spawn attraction. I mean, they were just everywhere. You can see from all the wisps here that they were just constant. I mean, it finally did get down. The aura finally got down to none, of course, since these are pure nodes. I don't know if you can see the little. It's pretty. Maybe there's none now. Okay, it's still pretty bright, but you can see in there a little starburst. That means it's a pure node, and it will clean itself out. It's a little different than, like, say, this node down here, which is not. You can see here that it's just it's still a moderate. Eventually what I'll probably do is build that node up a little bit bigger over there and combine it with this one and get rid of this node, so I don't have any other ones. I also moved a chaotic node. I see over here. I kept getting ill effects from. There's a chaotic node in here and a wisp spawner. So I picked up the wisp spawner and I moved the chaotic node kind of over here so I could stop getting. I don't know if you can see the kind of the black hole swirl that's going on. That means it's a chaotic node. And it generates flux. So I moved it as far away from me as until I stopped getting those effects, because I kept getting areas fused with negative energy and stuff. So I wanted to move that, get it out of my area of operation. And I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting lag just right around the base. Done a bunch of reading, and it's either the lighting that I'm having problems with, or it's the sounds from this and the sounds from MFR. Because I'm typically 60, 80 frames per second when I'm not near here, but down to 21 as soon as I get back to the base. So I'm not sure what's causing it. I tried turning these sounds off in the config, and they're still on. So I don't, not really sure how to turn those off. It's really annoying. Now something else that I created, don't know if you saw it up in the Thaumcraft room, is I did do a quantum linking chamber from here to the base. Now you will see that it's a it's off right now because I don't want it running all the time. So what I did is I added this EU red wire cable, so when it receives a signal or no signal, it doesn't allow wire or power to get through. And I hooked that up to the one here and to the one up at the Thaumcraft base. Let me see. Do it real quick. Yeah. So you can see up here it's also off, and I can't connect to the system. But now, if I go down here and go to quantum power, turn that on, it's now powered up, and I can access the ME system down at my main base. So I wanted to do this because I didn't want to have to sit here and if you've seen like my previous episodes, it seems like I always had like chests or barrels full of crap that I would use to get for their for the essence. But with this now, I can just come over here and I can grab it, come over here and dump it in the crucible, and this little dude right here fills up the jars. Now he's the new tallow golem, or well, not the new tallow golem, but the crucible tallow golem. He actually does a jar. Now there's an upside and downside to him. The upside is he will empty any amount out of these jars. It doesn't have to be a bottle full. So like he'll do just 4 of something. Downside of that is you can't like empty this out and put it in here because there's not enough in here to put into a jar. So plus and minus. He's not going through a bunch of jars, so I don't have to make those all the time. Downside is it's not like equal amounts, but that's, you know, hey, it's cool. I'm not worried too much. There's not a lot of Thaumcraft that I see myself using, to be honest. There's just, I don't know. I don't know if y'all can agree with me or not, but I mean, it's cool. I wanted to do it just to do some of the do some of the research from some of the new items. Like this place is lit up with this gaseous glowstone right now, which is pretty cool. You can't really see it except for the little sparkles. They're kind of like invisible lights. That's neat, I guess. I don't know if that's affecting the flux or not. Don't really need it for the frames. Most of this stuff, like this talisman with holding, I already got the book from Darkcraft for that. This may be cool. This removes poison effects. That might help with the wither. Golem name tag, don't really need that. This thing I looked up, this tool dynamism. This is, if you only had Thaumcraft and you needed some sort of machinery, maybe that would come in handy. I don't really know. Actually, I might have a use for that, for filling water vials, but no telling. So yeah, there's not a whole lot. Because like the tools, I did make a wand of equal trade. That's pretty neat. And I did make a sword of the Zephyr just so that it would. Because the only reason I made the sword for the Zephyr is because I kind of made a manual mob spawn farm for records, and it really is the best way to get records other than dungeon chest and whatnot. And man, I don't know what it is right here. I haven't been able to track it down. Seen this design 100 times, I'm sure. 2 levels of spawn platforms. Water pushes them down the middle. This goes up to a water break. Did I push it? I can't tell. It takes them a second to start spawning once I get up here. Yeah, okay. So that goes up to a water break, so when they fall down here, they don't die. Now, this is working a little different than other times that I've done this. Oops, wrong. Turn this all the way down here. Works a little different than other times I've done this. Usually this was fine right here. Skeletons back there would see me, but with this, now they do not. And see, like right now, he should be shooting at me, but he doesn't. What I have to do is remove this one and put a half slab on the top there, and then they'll be able to see me, and then I got plenty of records once I did that, even though that's a little bit more dangerous, because if you're too close, the creepers will blow up in there. I do have mob griefing turned off on this one, so Endermen won't pick up blocks, and creepers don't blow up blocks. They will still kill you. The explosions will still kill you, they still damage you, but they won't blow up your machinery. But the reason that I use the Sword of the Zephyr is just I can come in here and kill them all with just one hit. This still works even without that. What you can do is just stand up on this slab and they won't see you right here. And then with just like a normal sword you can kill them down inside there. So I did that to get all the records. And if I need any future now, of course I can make them. Because MFR has kind of a auto jukebox that will make records for you. So if you need them for the Thaumcraft Sonus, I think it's called, Essence, you can then get them. And then of course I rehooked up my jukebox where it'll pick one and play it, which is pretty cool. Just want that every once in a while. That's an old code of mine from back when I was in the Direwolf's original pack for FTB. Just copied that code and put it into this computer. What else have I done? I haven't done too much. Did I turn this thing off? No, I sure did. And I'm still having some problems with gosh darn it, the brain cramp. The add-on that helps with the graphics. Cannot remember the darn name now. You know what I'm talking about. It just gives me some graphic glitches. I'm probably just going to turn it off because it doesn't seem to help anything, and if anything it screws up stuff. Like here you can't read anything or see anything on your armor. And then down here, of course, this looks like soap bubbles now instead of cool little particle effects. So that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Don't like that at all. Oh, I did remove... I got to figure out what caused the lag right there at that base. I did remove all the ME system from this one and just tied it all into the main system over there. Just ran a cable kind of back in the wall there that goes all the way over to this. I could actually clean up a little bit, but this just runs over and ties into the main ME system. And then I've got another wireless extender there, or access point, so I can pretty much go even all the way out to my bees here and have access to my wireless, or to my ME system. And this is off right now. I just have so much of all this stuff that I just turned it off because the seed oil tank is full and I'm not really using it now, so why keep it, right? Eldritch. I need cultivated. I do need to make some bee storage stuff. Got to go look into that. I'm just getting a bunch of crappy bees in here now. I'm getting all these Oblivion frames. I'm not making these things. I'm getting these from the loot pouches that drop both. I got a ton up at the mob spawner there. Plus, I have a oh god, 100 or plus, probably more, in a barrel down in the down here. Because what I did is I've discovered that these do not drop from your auto spawners. So if you make a soul shard and you know you produce mobs and they get ground up, you don't get the mobs don't drop the hearts, and they don't seem to drop the little loot bags. But the mobs from just your world spawners, they do. They will drop them. So I've got it set up to drop down here. So you can see I've got like 94. I just cleaned some out. And I get like an Oblivion frame almost in every single one that I do. Maybe not every one, but a majority of them will have like an Oblivion frame in them. Like every Oblivion frame I have is from there, and I would say a majority of my steel is actually from there. All the weapons and armor and stuff I get, I just throw it in this blast furnace right here. And in fact, I've got some over here I need to get rid of. This chainmail. This works on the weapons. The armor does not work on the tools, so it's useless for the steel tools. You can't melt those down, which is unfortunate. Been doing a lot of quarrying. Looks like my last quarry is done. That's kind of the main reason I thought about putting that mob spawner right there, is because if you fly up and you look at everything that hello, helps if you put your helmet on if you want to fly and stay flying, right? Yeah. So if you see like where this thing is, it's pretty much over the middle of all this area that's been quarried out. The only section that has not been quarried out is this area right here, which I probably will not do, just because the spawn is good enough in there that I don't need to. That is all lit up underneath there pretty much. A lot of this was, but I just went ahead and quarried it out anyways. I've done a lot of lighting back up in this area here, all the way back, pretty far back. So that's why the spawn is pretty darn good in this sucker right now. I mean, it does its thing. I noticed right away when I was putting the finishing touches on it, they were already spawning by the time I made it out. So real simple. If you haven't seen me do this, I think I have a previous video in season 1. They kind of, gosh, I hate that same keybind. These are water channels right here. They're just an 8-long channel. Water's about right there. Pushes them to the tunnel. There's 4 of those, and then of course there's. I actually had to go in here. I had left it tall enough to spawn Enderman, thinking, well, you know, let's do Enderman too. Well, Darkcraft adds those little Ender tots, and they are only too high. And I was getting so many Endermen in here, I actually had to go and turn them off in the config. There's just too damn many Endermen spawning. I mean, I had 2, or at least a row and a half of Ender pearls, very, very quick. I mean, just too damn many Endermen. I mean, because those little Ender tots, you know, of course they spawn 1 to 2 Endermen. So you're getting Ender pearls from the Ender tots, and then you know, with the looting sword, you're getting anywhere from 2 to 6 darn pearls for every Enderman you kill. I mean, I was just getting too many damn pearls. And the Endermen will come out here. You know, they'll port and they'll come out here. They can't spawn on it because it's half slabs, but they do come out here, and they're a little annoying. So I just turn the Ender tots off. If I need Ender pearls, I have a soul shard from Enderman from from getting one with a safari net and an MFR and then turn them into a soul shard. So, but I mean, if you need them early in, and you can actually build one of these where there's where they'll spawn decently, then you will get plenty of them if you don't turn them off. You'll get so darn many you'll get annoyed. I mean, there were probably 2 to 3 ender tots per other mobs at first, and I don't know if that's because if you go look in your Darkcraft config, the chance for an ender tot from 0 to 3 is on 3. So yeah, they get spawned a lot, and I lowered it. The first floor was 3 high. I lowered it, and there, of course, it's slabbed in there to keep spiders from spawning. Didn't want spiders, and because spiders will gum this all up. So now it's only spawning. See, there's another one of those loot packs. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Now I got a bunch of crap in there. I'll keep that. Lose that. Lose that. So these things are pretty good. I mean, a lot of good loot from those things. A lot of good stuff from those things. Diamonds, a lot of the gems. All the gems I used for the Promised Land staff came from there. I haven't mined those at all because I didn't load biomes aplenty until after all this was generated. I don't think I've actually found a new biome yet. I may have to wait until I start messing around with Minecraft for that. So, let's go back. Turn that off. Hello, come on. So that's pretty much it. I did change out the doors. I got rid of open and closing because I want to be able to go through since I put the B area in the back. So I changed them up to I went to an inverter on the redstone or redneck controller. So this is always on instead of always off, and then of course pressure plate just sends it a redstone signal which turns it off. So that's how it's popping up. And I did the same thing with this one, so I can go through and get to my B area. Because what I'm going to end up doing is all my B machines will go in here somewhere. Eventually, I'll have all the B machines in here, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is my DNA, honey storage tanks, all of that. I'm going to put up here. I may even go retro and use Buildcraft tanks, just because they'll be so kind of colorful, you know. Just do a bunch of little small Buildcraft tanks, because I don't need an awful ton of it for what I need it for. I'm not going to be I don't know. I'm still debating. I'll have to think about it, because each one of those little glass tanks holds 8 buckets. So I could potentially do like half of this, like DNA, and then like half of this honey, and probably be more than I need. I mean, I really don't need to make a 2 million gallon or 2,000 buckets of honey and stuff. Take a quick nap. And the only reason I sleep now is so my bees will work. I don't have them set up so they're all nocturnal yet. Very early on, I just added this one. So he's still, I don't know what Eldritch is for. Eldritch. Getting up on those. These guys I got plenty of. He's really just making honeycombs. Yeah. Anybody remember that commercial? The 80s commercial for honeycombs? 80s, 90s, something like that. So that's kind of where I'm at. We have the quantum link chamber up there, down here. I'm thinking about maybe remaking this base, maybe remaking the house into something a little bit more modern, and then or maybe just since this is such a lag fest down here, maybe just leave this in place and then make a new area, and then just move all of the ME system, which is nice that it's really easy to move. You just move all this, and I already made another singularity, so I can do another chamber. I forgot to turn the damn thing off, and it's almost made another one, and it ate all through my cobblestone doing it. So I'm actually down to like 2,000 cobblestone, which is no big deal. I mean, cobblestone's pretty easy to come by. I can always run another quarry, or just, or I mean, absolutely need. I've got the good lord, igneous extruder down here that right now is making stone. Just replace this with what you call it, a ender chest, and then just turn that on the stone. It won't even use my lava to do it. No power, no lava, and I could get stone. So that's no real problem. No real problem. I did add. Don't know if I showed this on the last one. I did add 2 more low pressure boilers. So there are now a total of 4 of these, each one doing 64 MJ, and they all do pipe into none of this goes out on a tesseract or anything. This all just runs in pipes to the ME system. It runs downstairs to the to all this. There's a what do you call it? A converter down below here. It turns it into is it steam or no? It just turns MJ into high voltage IC2, and that goes to all these machines. And then of course it comes over here. I do have diamond pipes set up to all these things, just to because it'll kind of they'll kind of buffer power. This actually may be part of my lag. I don't know. This is something I'm planning on changing out around the base, is these little pipes, because I don't know if it's the sounds or if it's the lighting. I really don't know. So it's kind of annoying. Doesn't seem to really help lighting or not. It could be smooth lighting. I don't know what it is, but it's just right in these areas in the base. I go anywhere else and it's fine. So it's something in here, and I just got to figure out what it is. You got to figure out what that lag's coming from. So, well, it's gonna be a real short one. Just kind of wanted to show you what I've been messing with. The big thing I want to do is oh, okay, something else I was messing with. I was playing around with the oh damn, I lost my sword. I had a glitch. I crashed, and I had put a bunch of stuff up in this secondary pack. I would suggest not doing that. I had my goggles, my wireless, this wireless. I had made a Tinker's Construct sword that was fairly decent. At least I got another one there that I can make. I hadn't finished playing around with that one yet. And just to see how it compared to the Darkcraft, they just really don't. I mean, look at that sharpness 10, pair 1, looting 3. I mean, this is a badass swarm. Plus, with the Bane, the creepers don't blow up. So, yeah, I mean, Darkcraft may be a little cheaty, but damn, you just can't beat those swords. And it's hard to use something that's not as effective when you have something that you can get your hands on that is effective, so yeah, I don't see I really don't see using the TC swords unless I can figure out how to get one to do more damage. The rapiers are cool though. I mean, they're really fast, but Bane only seems to be available on the Darkcraft swords, and I really like that Bane. It keeps Endermen from teleporting away, and it keeps creepers from blowing up, so that's always cool. So I'm not really sure how long I've been recording right now. Well, we're right about that time. So I appreciate you guys coming by. I'm going to keep trying to put these things out. I know there's not too many people looking, but those of you who are, I appreciate it. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, a like or something there. It does help it get out to other folks, so maybe I can get my views back up. And if there's anything you guys like to see, a mod I haven't touched yet, or just something you'd like to see added to the base, or you see something in here you don't know how I did it, ask, and I will show it. Because a lot of times I just really don't know what you guys are interested in, because at least with these season 2 episodes, I'm not getting a lot of feedback, because I did take a pretty long break, so I can imagine a bunch of people have dropped off and just kind of figured I had disappeared. I really hadn't disappeared. I was just waiting for I was kind of waiting for the new. I figured they were just. I didn't think they were going to come out with a 1.5 version. I thought they were just going to go ahead and or an Unleashed pack. I figured they would just come out with a 1.6 stuff, which looks like it could be any day now also. And of course, if they do come out with a 1.6, I will probably start a new world, because I don't think I can use any of this stuff. Plus the one, there's a bunch of changes like in IC2 and Thaumcraft 4 and stuff like that in those versions. So I'll probably just start over completely, and I'll have to decide what pack. I've been looking at that Forgecraft Light pack, where they kind of took out a lot of these mods, and they kind of went more basic. So I may do something like that, but I'm going to stay in this world until at least something off of FTB, because I really don't want to mess around with trying to make my own configs and have to change it if updates come out and stuff. So don't expect to see anything off the 1.62 stuff until it comes out. Oh, there we go, getting into some cultivated now. So I'm just going to continue working on bees. There's absolutely nothing fun about watching bees being done. Bees are cool, they're fun, but they're kind of a mini game. I always start late on these things, because it's not like I am hurting for resources right now. I've got 32,000 iron. And with a minium stone, I can turn that into just about anything. All this stuff, I don't know if I showed that. If you saw all those deep storage units, I pulled most of this stuff off of the drives and just added all these deep storage units. So we have all the sand, redstone, the abyssal stone, coal, cotton, seeds, wheat, everything, sugarcane, anything that was just in the massive amounts that you see on here. Of course, they're all in the abyssal stone. I did accidentally leave on the bottle of enchanting. Forgot about it. Went and watched a movie. Didn't even realize I hadn't hit pause, and I came back and I had a shit ton of these things. So I've got, like, what is that, 33,000 bottles of enchanting. And at the same time, I left the witch spawner on, and so I've got a ton of bottles and glowstone too. So I don't think I'll ever run out of those two ever again. And I did also, I don't know if you noticed on the farm, I changed out some of the. Okay, that's really annoying. I don't know what it is right there. See, look at that. Just every time. I did change out the wheat on this section right here to cocoa beans. So what it will do, and I'll show you real quick that it's actually changed out in here. You'll see cocoa beans on that quadrant. Pick that up. And damn. And what it'll do is when it harvests these, it will put more out. So if there's an available spot on this log, it will plant them out like that. I don't know if you can plant them straight up and down. I didn't try, I tried it on another farm and it didn't seem to harvest them straight up and down, so I just put them this way. But I don't plan to run this for a while because I've got so much of this stuff. The cocoa is for frames later, the speed frames, but I don't need them right now, so I'm not going to continue running them. So, alrighty, well, I appreciate you guys coming by again. Don't forget to like if you just happen to pop in on this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, just in case I didn't show you, it's cable, I think. The cable that you use is this EU splitter cable. Not the detector cable, it's the splitter cable. Really easy to make, it's just a high voltage line. Then of course you just attach for me I just did a wireless receiver, and that's what allows me to turn that quantum link chamber on and off when it receives that signal. Of course there is, there's the what you call it, the oh damn it, the RedNet controller that's in there that does the T flip flop. So I just got to click it once and it's on, and I got to click it again and turn it off. So I think I showed that kind of when I was doing the doors to the barn. But if you don't get it, let me know. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Until next time, I will see y'all later.